let's get to our first guest. If you happen to be watching us on QSportsTalk.com, you'll see that we're bringing in our first guest today. He's the fourth leading scorer on the SU men's lacrosse team, sophomore attackman Finn Thomson, joining us on the show. Finn, great to have you on. Congrats on the win over the weekend. How you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's go back to last year, 8-7. You had a really good freshman campaign. What has changed for this team from last year's 8-7 season to now, 12-5, a win away from the Final Four, a top 4 seed in the NCAA tournament? What was the difference from last year to this year?
Yeah, I think a lot has changed personnel-wise. There's a bunch of different guys that came in, a lot of transfers. But just as a team, we just know how to win now. We're a little older. We're not a bunch of freshmen running around the field out there. We know how to win. We've been in this situation before, and we're just going to stick together and keep rolling.
Yeah, so take us through that process of learning how to win. What goes into that? And, we will go back to the beginning of the season when you guys suffered some close losses against really good competition. How much did those games, even though maybe you didn't come out on top, and I know you never like to lose, but how much did those games help, here towards the end of the season? Even over the weekend when you're down at the half to Towson, you had been in those situations before. I would imagine, that helps you out.
Yeah, I think last year we had a lot of losses. That obviously helps us learn. And then this year, at the beginning of the year, we lost a couple OT losses, a couple close games. But throughout the season, we've just grown, and those situations become more normal. We practice them in practice more often than not. And then we get in those situations, we just got to stick together. If we're down, we just got to believe in what we do and believe in our coaching staff, and eventually it'll all turn out the way we want it to.
How about your personal journey, Finn, from Toronto to Syracuse, New York here, and how did you end up at SU? Was it a no-brainer for you to come to Syracuse? What other schools were involved, and what I guess ultimately led you to deciding on the Orange?
Yeah, so in my initial process, I actually didn't talk to Syracuse. I was committed to Michigan, and then while I was committed to Michigan, I had the opportunity to come to Syracuse, and obviously playing under Gary Gait, who's one of the greatest lacrosse players and also the greatest Canadian lacrosse player of all time. I just didn't think that was an opportunity I wanted to turn down. So I eventually made the switch, and I came to Syracuse.
You mentioned that your head coach is the greatest Canadian lacrosse player of all time. I don't think it's a coincidence. You've got 7 players from Canada on the roster right now. What is it about that pipeline, I guess? And, the fact that Coach Gait is from Canada and is a legend in the sport of lacrosse, I would imagine that helps with the sales pitch on why you should come to Syracuse?
Yeah, that definitely helps for sure. I think also it's right down the road from where we all live. It's only 3.5, 4 hours away. So it's really close, and only a few schools that get that. But also, Syracuse is just really a dream school for a lot of Canadians growing up playing box lacrosse and seeing all these unreal Canadian box lacrosse players come through this program. And it's a very historic program that a lot of us don't want to turn down. So a lot of things that go into it.
I was reading your bio on Qs.com before we came on, and I noticed that you said that your goal is to win a national championship, which, again, when you come to Syracuse, me growing up here, that was the expectation every year was a Final Four and to compete for a national championship. When you committed here, the program was a little down from where they had been. Did you think you would be on the verge of a Final Four this quickly, here in your sophomore year? Are you surprised? Do you feel like maybe you guys are a little ahead of schedule in terms of turning this thing back around?
No, I definitely came here just to do exactly this. I think we're right on pace. Last year we kind of got our feet wet a little bit, and then this year we're going to try and take our next stride and obviously take this program where it needs to be and where it has been for its historic past.
And have you allowed yourself, I know you're in the thick of it right now, getting ready to play a game, but have you allowed yourself to think about what that would feel like, what that would mean to you personally and for the program to get to a Final Four? You're right there. It's one win away, and I know that's not the ultimate goal, but have you allowed yourself to think about what that would be like, or is it all just, Denver, next practice, next game, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I've taken a little look back at it, and obviously myself and all the other guys, this is what we play for. We want to come here to win a national championship, win games, and this is what comes with it: the big games, the big moments, and we love to be in these situations with each other. And I mean, yeah, it's been my dream growing up. Obviously, we have box lacrosse in Canada, which is the number one dream, and then national championship is next up. So just being in a situation is very rare, and just looking back and taking a step away from it and making sure you're in the moment is definitely key to your success.
You know, Gary talked after the game against Thomson on Sunday night about how unselfish this team is. And, you know, you're down one at the half, and then you dominate the third quarter with 9 goals in a row, 9 different goal scorers in that game. I would imagine that says a lot about your team. What's it like playing for a squad like this where it's not just 1 or 2 guys? It really is. It seemed like on Sunday especially, it was a total team effort, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what we strive to be. That's what we're trying to reenact in our offense. Obviously, Coach March gives our offense a lot of the keys to the offense, and we just take over. And we like to have fun with it. We're playing our best, and we have fun when we're sharing the ball. And 9 different goal scorers. I didn't know that, but that's pretty cool, and that's how we want to be.
And along those lines, Finn, I mean, you know, you look at you said the team's playing its best lacrosse. Seems like you're playing your best lacrosse as well right now. Last 6 games, you've scored 12 goals total. What's been working for you individually here down the stretch?
Yeah, I think just having the confidence to do what I do. I don't dodge much on the field because we have better dodgers out there. But on the inside, I think that's where I'm most dangerous and off ball. So I just keep the confidence up and try and do my best, do my part as best as I can. Help my guys just find me off ball, and obviously keep the morale up as well. I'm not an older guy on the team, but I like to think of myself as a leader within the offense. So I mean, just sticking together with the guys, playing my best lacrosse, doing what I do best, and helping my team out in every way I possibly can.
I know it's still early in the week, and you're not even 48 hours removed from the win over Thomson, but what do you know about Denver at this point, even just, you know, watching college lacrosse throughout the season? You know, obviously everybody this time of year is really good. I know Denver's good. They're a 5 seed. You're a 4 seed. Should be a relatively evenly matched game, but what do you know about Denver at this point? What stands out to you?
Yeah, they're a great team. We know a lot about them. They know a lot about us. They have a bunch of Canadians. We have a bunch of Canadians. Their coach is a Canadian as well. So we know what they're about. They know what we're about, and I think it's going to be a good game. But yeah, they're obviously a good team. They know how to win. They got a lot of veterans on the team, but they also have the young guy mix as well. So I think it's just going to be a battle of attrition as it always is, and it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, in terms of winning this game, and again, we don't have to get into X's and O's, but what do you feel like Syracuse needs to do well in order to win this game and move on to the Final Four? Opponent aside.
Yeah, we got to be all in. Everyone on the team needs to be doing their best this week, giving it all in practice. But when the game comes, we have to be our energy has to be high, as we like to say. Our E has to be up, and we've got to stick together. This game is going to be won together from the top to the bottom, from defense to offense to the face-offs to the specialties. We just got to stick together, hang in with the ebbs and flows. Don't get too high, don't get too low, and just roll with the punches. It's a game of runs, so we know we're going to get our run, and we go from there.
All right, well, it has been a pleasure watching you and your teammates this season. Keep up the good work, continued success. Best of luck Sunday, and hopefully we're still talking Cuse lacrosse for another week.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you coming on, Finn.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Finn Thomson, sophomore attackman on the team, joining us here on the show. Noon face-off on Sunday down in Towson, Maryland, against Denver for the right to go to the Final Four, where Syracuse belongs, Memorial Day weekend. And again, we'll continue our coverage of this team throughout the week.